All right, but we're going to get the first match in this best of 5 for the third place matches underway. We're coming in with Gunlancer, Demonic, Scouter going up against Wardancer, Gunlancer, Arcana. Have not seen a lot of Arcana in the tournament up to this point, but they are bringing it in right now for the third place match. I feel like it's a good class for them to go up against that Scouter being a very mobile class, and the Arcana is probably hoping to catch some picks with their high stagger that they have available to them. Demonic immediately retreating back off the bottom side after not getting a decent engage that they're looking for. Arcana getting a nice little knock up there onto the Gunlancer and is now spacing back towards the backside. Gunlancer currently stunned, does get knocked, and right there the Arcana did catch Taku in a stagger but was not able to follow up for any damage, unfortunately. Wardancer getting caught by the beam of the Demonic, who dashes in, not able to connect for a thrust impact, but does get a little bit of poke out there with the thrown blades. So far, red team in a very good health situation. The only one really taking considerable damage so far has been that Gunlancer, and right there, red Gunlancer ultimate coming out for a nice AoE stun, and they're going to get a solid burst out across blue team altogether, dropping all of them under 50% HP as the Demonic ulti comes out as well, and they're going to pick up the first kill onto that Arcana. Not able to connect on the beam there. Wardancer coming in for an engage and has to back off from that Gunlancer who comes out of their roll. They get a knock onto the Gunlancer of blue topside as Demonic has transformed and goes in for the engage and manages to catch the Warlord topside and is going to finish him off for the second kill by red team here. And they are going to drop the Wardancer for the third kill. Arcana caught right now and is going to eat the full burst cannon as well as the ultimate from the Scouter, and just like that, they take a 4-0 swing, and all of their members are above 50% HP, and the Demonic's health bar has not even moved at this point. Red team just in complete control of this matchup right now. Arcana comes dashing in, not able to connect. It gets knocked by the Demonic spikes, unfortunately. Not getting any sort of engage that they want. Manages to avoid the beam from Demonic, but instead gets counter-engaged right there by the dash and knocked down, and Arcana comes out of the roll, not really getting the opportunities to connect where they want, and there it is, getting grabbed by the Demonic once more. This Arcana getting bullied from far by the Demonic of red. BT just absolutely having his way with the Demonic, and Arcana finally connecting for a little bit of damage onto that red team Gunlancer as he's caught in a CC. Arcana finally catching a nice range stagger onto Taku, but not able to follow up for any real damage. And now the Wardancer is going to try to connect, but Taku's able to, he's actually getting peeled off by his Gunlancer, but blue Gunlancer coming in with a nice ulti there to finish off red team's Gunlancer and drop Taku down to dangerous HP range. But Taku is going to catch the Wardancer on the backside with a nice stagger into a stun for a little bit of damage to drop him down. The BT knocked into Blue's spawn, eating a little bit of that flame damage, but is still going to be able to get away and disengage for the time being. Backside right now, Arcana not able to connect onto Taku, and Taku's actually getting a very nice play against this Arcana and chunking them down into the low HP range and making use of the fact that his HP is basically at nothing, so the flames aren't going to be doing any damage to him, and the Arcana is going to finish off BT while being killed by the red team Gunlancer with that chain pull there. Blue team's Wardancer picking up the Gunlancer and just slowly chipping away at his health. Coming in with a nice crescent moon kick there. Gunlancer on red, dropped down around 50%. Taku is still sitting on basically no HP. He has to play very safe if he wants to contribute while not dying at this point, but that's also a very dangerous situation there. He tries to come out, not able to get it initially, but the Arcana is able to avoid getting CC'd, but is still getting hit by all of the damaging skills and is just dropping down little by little. Wardancer on blue, extremely low at the moment. This is still a very close match overall, despite that 4-0 lead. It's a 2-kill situation. Taku goes down, and unfortunately, the Wardancer falls simultaneously, and so red team is actually keeping that lead at 2 kills at the moment. 6-4. Nice grab coming out by the Demonic there, looking to get some finishing off onto that Gunlancer. They're not quite going to get it. Arcana ulti comes out, doesn't connect, unfortunately there. Demonic goes in for the transformation. Leap and engage, gets knocked away. Initially tries to follow up onto the Warlord, but does not get it. But red team is still going to take this first match 6-4. Look here at the post-game stats of that first match in the third place best of 5 series. Right there, you can just see BT actually with such a dominant performance on that Demonic, actually just completely bullied that Arcana on the bottom side of the map in the first half of the game, just completely having his way. The Arcana was a little helpless with all the ranged poke that BT had at his disposal on that Demonic, and while BT wasn't securing the kills, Taku was, and Taku did a great job not taking damage. So it'll be interesting to see if blue team makes any adjustments to their comp going forward. Here we go, getting the second match in this best of 5 for third place underway. Both teams coming back with their same comps right now. Blue team currently has a 1-0 lead in the series. So again, this is a best of 5. This is not the best of 7. That is the finals. This is the best of 5. So blue team only has to get 3 wins in order to take third place. Demonic coming out with the blades right away, not able to connect initially for that poke to get the slow. Does get the grab though onto the Arcana into the knockup. Arcana rolling away bottom side right away. And is going to get a nice little knock up there onto the Gunlancer. Gunlancer coming out of it. And unfortunately, the Arcana wasn't able to follow up on any of their CC engagements. And right there, the Gunlancer does get a chain pull, but immediately gets knocked by the opposing team's Gunlancer. Arcana not connecting on their CC, immediately getting knocked down again by blue team's Gunlancer. Blue team doing a great job of keeping their distance once more. Right there, War Dancer bottom side comes leaping in, not able to connect how they want. BT getting that grab once again, and now the Arcana finally gets a nice AoE CC connect, but is not able to follow up for any damage as the enemies were moved out of the AoE overall. And you're going to see the Gunlancer ulti coming out right now. You're going to see an execution on BT with that Gunlancer ultimate, and you are going to see red team take the first kill in this match, and they're taking their first lead as well. And right there, nice little double blast by the Gunlancer into a reverse poke onto Taku, knocking him down, letting the Arcana get a little bit of damage out onto Taku, but Taku currently has shielding up from their Gunlancer. Blue team's Gunlancer is low. Taku getting a nice beam off for some big damage onto red team and is able to avoid the grab, and they're going to secure their first kill against the War Dancer of red, and it's tied up 1-1, but the Gunlancer is immediately going to fall. BT trying to get a finishing kill onto that Gunlancer, not able to get it. 2-1 red lead at the moment. And on the right side, the Arcana does manage to get a full ultimate off onto BT, dropping him under 50% HP again. War Dancer trying to come in and pick up another kill there. BT does get grabbed, and the Gunlancer does have to jump away in order to avoid getting grabbed by the opposing team's Gunlancer. But he's keeping BT zoned right now. BT is connecting on the blades, though, and is going to get a nice engage on the backside of that Gunlancer and finish him off to make this thing 2-2. Spike's coming down, and he's going to get the nice claw rake there onto the Arcana, and the Arcana is going to fall as all of blue team gangs up on the knockdown Arcana. Taku and BT are low HP, though, so red team can swing this very quickly if they connect on a nice CC. Taku's going to get a nice freeze there onto the Gunlancer. Gunlancer was, fortunately, CC diminishing return there as BT engaged, so he was not affected by the Quake effect, so BT was not able to follow up for immediate damage. War Dancer ulti coming through and does get a little bit of damage onto that Gunlancer, but none of the DPS were caught in it. Blue team's Gunlancer just laying down the poke topside and being a force to reckon with, keeping protection on his DPS. Everybody on blue team, though, is low, under 50% HP. Arcana taking some big damage there by Taku on the bottom side of the map. Blue team rotating around to the top side as their Gunlancer is just frontlining like an absolute Chad right now for them and keeping red team off of them. Nice shielding coming out, keeping their team protected. BT and Taku both keeping their range and utilizing their poke that they have at their disposal with their playstyles, and the Arcana not able to connect on the CC there, and they're going to look to pick up a kill here on this Arcana. Not quite. The Arcana has basically no HP, does get finished off by the Blaze, but BT is going to probably go down here as well as he's pinned on the bottom side, and he does go down to that Gunlancer. It's still tied up 4-4. Taku into his Iron Man mode, getting that nice shield that comes with it and a lot of damage to follow suit. Taku making use of his low HP situation, getting a lot of value out of this current life that he has at the moment. Taku's still really low, though, if red team can get a nice connect, but unfortunately the War Dancer does jump in, but immediately gets knocked away. Taku still keeping his distance, not getting caught out by this Gunlancer, but ulti coming out, and they are going to get no connect there on that ultimate. Nice demonic ulti comes through, though, and does catch the Gunlancer, dropping him down. 4-5. Blues lead, 10 seconds remaining. This is still anyone's game. Taku not dropping. Taku still has not died, and they are actually going to pick up another kill as well here on the War Dancer in the final seconds. And just like that, blue team is going to secure their second kill, their second win in this best of 5. They need one more victory to secure this third place. Really close game there. Really thought red team had the opportunity to secure there, but Taku playing extremely passive, utilizing the just incredible amount of movement and poke that is at the disposal of Scouter right there, as you can see. And so here you can see, looking at the scoreboard, once again, BT coming through on that big damage contribution for his team. He took a lot of damage this time, taking the most damage in the match. Red team did a much better job this time around, but Taku being the absolute difference maker here, as you can see, with 0 deaths, 4 assists. He only took 111k damage. That is absolutely incredible. That's the kind of difference that can make in these types of matches, is when you get into those low HP situations and you get so much value out of, you know, staying alive and still contributing heavily to the outcome of the match. So great job once again on Taku's part on that scouter. Blue team there just needs one more win to secure this 3rd place. Getting the 3rd match in this best of 5 underway for 3rd place. Right now, red team has a 2-0 lead in this series. If they get another win here, they secure that 3rd place. Blue team really needs to pull out a win right now to extend this series into a 4th game at the moment. Arcana looking around bottom side, gets frozen immediately by the drone as their gun lancer. For red though, getting caught in a nice little knockup combo by the war dancer, putting a little bit of hurt onto his health pool early on. Taku not using his roll there, knowing that he's protected by the gun lancer shield. Doesn't connect on his CC. Demonic missing the grab initially, throwing out their blades for a little bit of poke. War dancer ulti coming out and does connect a little bit there with the burst cannon afterwards, but not too much threatening damage output coming in on to blue, and they're just going to back off and wait for that gun lancer ulti to run out. Red not able to capitalize too much there. Nice avoidance there by the Arcana on that demonic, but does get caught in a knockup. The war dancer ulti coming out and is not going to connect for really any damage on it at all, as nobody was caught in the full situation of it. But blue team's HP slowly getting chunked down, as the backside right now, this war dancer is getting destroyed in a tandem of the demonic and gun lancer, dropping their health down to 20% HP, and now even lower, getting a little bit of shielding from the gun lancer, but gets knocked once more by red team's gun lancer, and he does manage to pick up the gun lancer in the tornado. This demonic getting knocked once more and is going to get executed by blue team's gun lancer, full burst cannon, and blue team is going to take the first kill once again, but we'll see if they're able to hold on to their leads. And this war dancer now making great use of their HP and is able to stay alive and get really good value out of their low HP situation, not falling, but does go down to the gun lancer there through their own tornado, and the war dancer falls for blue. But Taku and the gun lancer of red are extremely low at the moment. Taku, once again, very early on now, is very low HP. If he is able to stay alive this time, once again, all the way through the match, that'll be absolutely amazing, but he is not going to, as he's going to get leapt on by the war dancer and finished off by the Arcana. The Arcana finally getting some work done, but does get finished off by a nice little ranged blade throwing from the demonic, who is now being pinned down against the wall bottom side by blue team's gun lancer. Blue team's gun lancer now by himself at the moment, as his team is looking to respawn and regroup, but not able to get it, as the gun lancer manages to backstep through the Arcana CC, but does get finished off. Arcana getting a nice little knock up there on the demonic and gets a nice little bit of burst out onto BT for once, and it manages to avoid the initial follow-up engage as well. And now BT is on the back foot. They do not have their roll. They need to be careful. He's falling back into his spawn, knowing that he has low HP, so he's not going to take too much burn damage, and is taking full advantage of that and staying way away out of the engagements, making use of the range utility that is at the disposal of demonic. Spikes coming through to get a little bit of damage as well as protection out. Does get the grab into the knockup there. Taku missing his beam, however. Demonic transformation for a very slight heal, and he is going to get a full explosion off into the leap, but manages to backstep the CC, the blue warden gun lancer did, and did not take the CC effect from that demonic engagement. Fortunately, demonic bottom side looking to drop into their spawn and actually maybe drop demon form here and go for a little bit of range poke, but he immediately jumps in very quickly, but the Arcana managed to avoid it, and he does get finished off by blue team's gun lancer. 4-3 blues lead, and they are currently in control of this match, but the war dancer needs to be careful, as the war dancer is at risk of falling here, but they do get a nice 3-man jump onto this gun lancer, who has now burned his roll as well and is going to get caught into the war dancer tornado. Blue team taking their first 2-kill lead of this series overall, and they are now entering that 30-second dangerous situation now, as damage is going to be greatly amplified here in the convulsive buff situation. Taku is in Iron Man mode at the moment, zooming around, is going to connect for some nice damage there onto the gun lancer, but fortunately gun lancer is the tankiest member of their team. War dancer is low, does get a tornado off though, knocked out of that right now. Arcana was able to catch Taku on the bottom side with some nice stagger, and they're actually going to finish off Taku once again, and they're going to take a 3-kill lead right now and drop BT even lower at the moment. Wardancer getting a nice engage there to peel off for his team, and blue team is going to take their first victory in this best of 5 series to extend the match out. This is going to go to a 4th game. You can see the difference plain as day right there. The Arcana having an incredible game finally. The Arcana being the weak link in all of blue team's losses up to this point. But this time he is the absolute focal strength for their victory right now with an incredible 410k damage with only 200k damage taken. So much better showing by blue team all around. Everybody finishing positive with their damage dealt, damage taken ratios. Red team, you know, it's plain as day right there. BT not really able to, you know, capitalize too well. Got bullied a lot early on. Was not able to stay away from situations as much. Got caught a little bit too much. Perhaps red team was maybe playing a little more aggressively than they did usually, and it, you know, resulted in them getting punished far more. So we'll see if they make any changes going forward here. All right, here we go. We are going to get this 4th match underway for the 3rd place series in Royal Roaders. And we are going to see a comp change by blue team, just like we thought. BT is making that change to Blade. This is actually the class he mains in solo queue, and he is actually changing to it right now. They did this in a previous series during the quarterfinals when their back was up against the wall and the matches got close, and he swapped to that Blade for a much better performance. And right there, you're going to see BT looking for that aggressive engage onto the Wardancer, but is not able to get it. I think BT just feels more secure on the Blade. There's more protection available on Blade than there is on Demonic, and just right there showing alone, able to knock away the Wardancer's engage, coming in with that Blitz Rush into the full Whirlwind knockup, and just is keeping this Arcana zoned out, and the Arcana spacing away, avoiding the stun from BT right there. The Gunlancer looking to get something onto the Blade, but fortunately the Arcana is able to pick up the CC on to BT, but does get knocked into a stun by the Gunlancer ultimate, which prevented the Arcana from following up for any real damage onto BT, and BT catching him in a whirlwind there while eating a little bit of damage. Does get knocked by blue team's Gunlancer. And just like that, you are going to see BT falling back to their side by Taku as the Arcana is bottom side looking to catch him in a stun, is able to avoid the whirlwind, does get a knock onto BT and manages to avoid the stun, does catch BT with their ultimate, and BT does not have roll right now, so they can actually get a nice bit of damage out here onto BT if everybody follows up. But the Arcana is going to get frozen by Taku's drone. Unfortunately, no kills yet in through the first minute of the match. BT is low though, and he is going to fall here though to the Arcana. Nice damage coming out by the Arcana there, but is caught by blue team's Gunlancer, and does get the bash onto red team's Gunlancer into the burst cannon to tie this up 1-1. But it is still very close health pool wise. The Arcana is extremely low and is just being pursued relentlessly by BT, who's coming out of fresh spawn and finishes him off with the Hurricane Rush right there. Wardancer ulti picking up a kill bottom side though onto the Scouter, and is tied up 2-2. Looking to get that chain hook there onto the Wardancer, not able to get the bash follow up. BT coming in with the whirlwind, not able to follow up though, unfortunately has to back away as the Gunlancer is providing pressure. Taku moving around the bottom side, looking to sneak up on them as blue team's Gunlancer does fall, and you are going to catch the Wardancer here, getting a nice catch on BT, dropping some of his health right there. Taku dashing around on that Scouter, does get follow-up engaged right now and is stuck in a 2v1 at the moment, is just eating big damage burst coming out by the Arcana. Taku is hanging on by a sliver of HP at the moment though, and he is going to make hopefully good use of that low HP once again. Needs to stay alive as he has died once already. He's actually in again, dies once more. Red team taking out a 2-kill lead already before the convulsive buff, and they are putting a 3rd kill now, 5th kill, but 3-kill lead with another kill secured onto BT. Blue team falling apart a little bit here, and this is looking like it's potentially going to go to a 5th match. But red team's War Dancer will fall, letting blue team pick up another kill finally. Is 5-3 with a minute remaining. Anything can happen, though, once that 30-second convulsive buff hit, as already you see a big Z identity skill coming out by the blade there, dropping the Gun Lancer close to 50% HP for red team. But blue team's Gun Lancer is under 50% as well right now. BT roaming around the bottom side, not able to connect onto the Gun Lancer as he gets caught in a stagger by the Arcana here. And just like that, the blue team is once again on the back foot. They need to be a little bit careful in this situation. Gun Lancer jumping in, trying to provide for some protection. Taku is in Iron Man mode at the moment, but the Gun Lancer is going to fall in. Red team currently has a 3-kill lead, but 2 of their members are extremely low at the moment, so if they can actually get a nice kill swing situation, but BT will fall once more as the ultimate does come out from Taku, managing to pick up a kill for their team. But just like that, it was a kill trade situation, and red team is going to maintain their lead at the moment. 5 seconds remaining. No way for blue team to secure 3 kills right now, but they will get close as a big hurricane rush came out and almost secured a kill onto the War Dancer there. But red team with the Arcana once again coming out with another victory, tying it up 2-2. It looked like Taku and BT's team was going to clean this out with a 3-0 series for it, but now it is tied up 2-2, and this is going to go to a 5th and final match. Post-game stat breakdown. Once again, the Arcana coming through very strong, showing highest damage in the game dealt while also taking the lowest damage overall as well. BT doing a bit more damage there on the blade this time, but taking the most damage in the match. Not an ideal situation for them to be in. Dev had the most deaths as well for their team. Taku had some very quick death situations as well and was the first to 2 deaths on their team, but he did a much better job in the second half staying alive as he had a positive damage dealt to damage taken ratio there. But overall, the blade not coming through the way blue team was hoping, unfortunately, to close things out, and this is going to go to a 5th game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is coming down to a game 5 in this best of 5 for 3rd place. BT swapping back to that Shadow Hunter, as that's what their comp had the most success with so far against blue teams at the moment. Blue team doing a great job preventing themselves from being shut out. Not only being shut out, but bringing this to a 2-2, forcing a game 5 in this best of 5. So both teams are going to use up all the matches for this. BT missing the initial engage. The Arcana managing to dash away before getting grabbed by BT. BT looking for a follow-up engagement, not able to get it. Does get a nice chain hook there onto Taku by the blue team's Gun Lancer, and you're actually going to see the Arcana come out with the ulti and manage to catch 2 of them, but the Gun Lancer had the shield protection out for red team and was able to mitigate the ultimate overall, and that was a very vital shielding that came out to prevent red team from taking too much damage as Taku catches some nice burst beam damage onto blue team's Gun Lancer. Red team's Gun Lancer topside trying to keep an eye onto that Arcana and is not going to be able to connect initially on anything. Taku does get a nice CC though onto that War Dancer with some of the lightning orbs coming out, and you're going to see red team's Gun Lancer come out with their ultimate and is going to catch the Arcana in a stun, but the Gun Lancer is going to come in to protect, and the Gun Lancer now dropping under 50% HP needs to be careful. You know, while it is his job to protect his team, he needs to not just eat unnecessary damage as well. And that Arcana is unfortunately caught in a knockdown combination by the Demonic, catching him initially with the blades for the slow, forcing them to get caught by the Demon Spikes. Arcana looking to connect over there onto Taku, jumping around, does get knocked, forced to use their roll there. Looking to catch him in a stagger, does get caught in the Demon Beam by the Demonic and is currently at the mercy of just laying on the ground and is going to get finished off by Taku there with the range beam. And right now, red team takes control, getting the 1-0 lead at the moment. Gun Lancer ulti coming out and is not going to finish anyone off with it, as blue team's Gun Lancer will fall here. 2-0 lead for red. War Dancer looking to connect here on BT, does get the tornado off, managing to avoid both hard CCs that came out by Taku there. And the Demonic is currently running around topside trying to prevent themselves and manages to pick up a kill with that leap at the same time while trying to avoid the War Dancer. And when the War Dancer tried to close the gap, they got finished off by the Demonic leap, drops his transformation form and immediately goes back to playing the ranged poke game and just keeping blue team at a distance. At the moment, War Dancer comes jumping in, fresh respawn, and is not able to connect, unfortunately, but does force the space by Taku and the Demonic. And right now, BT is on that bottom side, just keeping himself present in blue team's mind and getting that slow out there, but he does get caught by the Gunlancer and finished off. And now the Gunlancers are trading trade hooks on the opposite side of the map while Taku is trying to avoid a 2v1 pursuit. And he's going to come out with his ulti there and get some nice damage there onto the blue team's War Dancer. Shield came out by the Gunlancer just a little bit too late, though. Unfortunately, Taku making great use of his health this time and making, keeping his distance, not getting caught, and is just keeping all of his mobility on reserve for disengaging situations and just picking his damage moments at opportune times. And now you're going to see blue team's War Dancer ulti coming out here to get some damage onto BT, breaking through that Gunlancer shield as BT is going to lay on the floor and take just a little more poke damage. Does get the grab onto blue team's Gunlancer and disengages before getting caught by the War Dancer. Arcana did catch the Gunlancer in an ICC, but was not able to follow up for any damage, unfortunately. Taku once more with more drone damage coming out. Does go into Iron Man mode here and is looking to pick up another kill. He does. 4-2 lead for blue. Convulsive buff about to begin. This is a dangerous situation as blue is low HP situation, and just like that, the Arcana will fall, and it is going to be a 3-kill lead for red team right now. 2 of their members are low HP, and the Gunlancer does secure another kill as before his HP drops into dangerous range, and BT and that Gunlancer will fall, but it is a 6-4 lead for red. 12 seconds remaining. Red team would essentially have to int at this point as Taku is going to bully the War Dancer inside of his own spawn at the moment and space away topside, and they are going to bring home the 3rd place in this match as they secure one more kill against that Arcana to win 7-4 and win overall 3-2 in this best of 5 for 3rd place. Look at this breakdown right there. Taku bringing it in on that Scouter. While he didn't do the most damage, he was close behind BT and had no deaths once again, taking less than 100k damage while dealing almost 430k damage. Unfortunately, the Arcana, just like that, was not able to bring the damage this time around. Red team played way more defensively and just waited for their opportune moments to deal damage and did not play to blue team's pace. And blue team was unfortunately not able to get the picks the way they wanted and just ultimately was at the mercy of the ranged poke that came from Taku and BT with their setting up their own engagement. So well played by BT and Taku's team. They're going to bring home that 3rd place. Really would have liked to have seen them potentially play for the finals, but again, they were DQ'd for COVID regulations, apparently, from what some people have said. But, they're going to bring home 3rd at the very least. So congrats to them and looking forward to seeing these finals coming up next.